The desert may be hot, but my friendship with Ayan going up in flames is hotter. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Rafael and I am here to review part 1 of the reunion to the Real Housewives who keep jumping into the conversations that have nothing to do with her of Dubai. So we start the first part of the reunion with everybody arriving in New York. They're all getting ready. One by one, they start making their way over to the stage where the host, Andy, of course, he's out there waiting for them. And like every reunion review, we have to talk about the stage design, the outfits, and the seating placements, and how a certain housewife lost her first seat already after just one season, but we'll get to that. Chanel Ayan is the first one to come out, and she tells Andy, "Oh, hello, Andy. You know, I'm not wearing any panties, so I might flash you." She already set the whole tone of the whole reunion. Like, what do you mean you're not wearing any panties, Chanel? Like, this is not that type of party. I mean, it can be, but it's not. Like, Bravo is renting these IKEA furnitures for a couple of hours, and now they probably can't even return it anymore because let's just say you leave a stain on it. How are they going to explain that to IKEA? Like, oh, I'm sorry. You know, we had the star of the Real Housewives of Dubai sitting on the couch. Can you still return it? Like, no, like, so inconsiderate, right? Like, go backstage and put on some panties. Like, what is wrong with you? So everyone else starts coming out, and you already know that Caroline Strawberry was probably heading to the other first chair because Ayan has the first chair on the left couch. So Strawberry was probably walking over like, "Hi, Auntie, how are you? Hi, Chanel Ayan, you look pretty. Huh? This is not my seat? Where am I sitting? Next to Ayan? But I got a facelift, Andy. What do you mean?" Like, no, lady, take your ass over there next to Ayan. Like, oh, so pathetic. You know, there's nothing scarier than a housewife losing their first seat after one season. Like, that is crazy. And what broke my heart right away was when everyone else came out to sit on the couch, we see Lisa Milan. So Strawberry, she whispers over to Ayan, "Oh, look, there goes your friend." Ayan, the look of disgust in her face when she whispers back to Strawberry as she's looking at Lisa. Ugh, look at her. She's so desperate to do anything to sit next to Andy because Lisa has the other first chair. And she's just looking at her like, I'm like, wow, Ayan, really? Was that necessary? Like, this is your former ex-best friend, and this is how you're talking about her? And then the look of disgust. I mean, she had the same look that I give to Saba every time she appears on the screen randomly to talk about nothing. I'm like, wow, Ayan, really? You have no panties on, and now you're shading Lisa Milan? Like, that's 2 strikes in 5 minutes. We're gonna talk about Talene first. She is on the left side of the couch, the losing side. She's sitting on the very, 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 very left side of the couch. She's sitting on the very far end, and I mean, honestly, I don't see her sitting anywhere else besides backstage. As for her look, I think she looks pretty. Her dress is nothing to woo about, but it's her first season, so I think she did okay. Then we head over to Caroline Strawberry, who's sitting in the middle. Oh, she's sitting in the middle. She's not sitting in the first chair anymore like the first season. Strawberry. How the mighty have fallen. But she's sitting in the middle. And as for her look, I thought it was so simple, Caroline, compared to what she wore all season. Even in the confessionals, she has some really good looks. And then you show up wearing this to the reunion? Like, it looks like she's about to go to prom with Sergio any second now. Like, absolutely not. The only thing that probably could have saved it was if she wore a diamond choker or a ruby necklace. Like, she needed some jewelry on her. And then the hair, what was that? Then we have Chanel Ayan, and she's the first chair, rightfully so, with everything going on with her and Lisa. As for her look, at first, it was my favorite look, but the more I kept looking at it, the more I'm like, something about it looks a mess, and I just don't know what it is. I feel like it's way too many different elements put into one look, and I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, I think I like it, but I don't like it. And for all of my Real Housewives reunion reviews, I do a reunion-inspired look. So for this part of the reunion, my look is based on Chanel Ayan's look. What does everybody think? Let me show you my flower crown that's squeezing my brain too hard. Let me pose a little. I'm far too good for you. Oh, let me stop. This is not that type of party. Got a little carried away. And unlike Chanel, I'm wearing panties, okay? Maybe, allegedly. So then we head over to Lisa Milan, who's sitting on the other side of the couch. She's the first chair. She has dethroned Strawberry from the first chair, who's sitting over there on the left couch. In the middle. As for her look, she looks beautiful. I love her hair. As for her dress, Is this a safe space? You know, because I saw everybody going crazy about it online. Oh, she's the best dress. This is the best dress out of any reunion on the Real Housewives history. But for me personally, I mean, I'm not a fan of it. Is it safe to come out yet? Yeah? I do love the shiny plastic aspects of the dress. I'm just not a fan of the dress itself. But Lisa does look beautiful though. So then we see Caroline Brooks sitting next to her. Her seating placement, understandable. Her look is very simple, but it just works so perfectly and so beautifully. Why? Because of this. What did the disco lady who refuses to show us the visuals, what did she say in the infamous song? Hold on, let me look it up. Your face card never declines, my God. Eat it, eat it, eat it. Eat it, eat it, eat it. Yummy, yummy, make a bummy heated. That's exactly why this look works, Brooks. Like, she looks so, so beautiful because her hair is just pushed out of her face. So all of this is the look. You know, fuck the dress, fuck the heels, fuck the jewelry. It's all about this. She just looks so beautiful. And to me, she has the best look out of everybody at this reunion. You know what type of heels she has on? You know when your grandma is trying to be sexy for the first time in a couple of years? She wants to go out to the lounge, the clubs, the bars, so she puts on her sexy grandma high heels. These are the type of heels that she's wearing. But it works. So Caroline Brooks, kudos to you. I love the look. Then we have Sarah. So then Andy goes around and he asks, so how's everyone doing? No, let's talk about Sarah. I've said it before, she is a beautiful woman, but I wasn't really sure what this contraption that she was wearing was. I wasn't sure if it was a pantsuit, a dress, a shower curtain, a tablecloth, some overalls. I wasn't really sure. Like, I'm not really sure, Sarah. You tell me what it is, you know, let me know. But so Andy starts it off by asking Lisa, how long have you and Ayan been friends for? And she says before she was pregnant with Sebastian, Sebastian is now 8, so maybe 8, 9 years. He then asks both of them, so do you think that both of you could come to some type of resolution by the end of this reunion? Because we're trying to film season 3 by next Monday, so we need to speed it up. Ayan and Lisa are like, okay, we both agreed to see where it goes, but spoiler alert, I don't think it's happening, but we'll see. So then he asks Ayan, you know, this whole friendship with you and Strawberry, you know, I know it's a bunch of BS, but where did this come about? Ayan confesses that after the reunion of last season, when they were on their way back to Dubai, they were on the plane, her and Strawberry, they started talking, they started reminiscing, they started missing each other, and they wanted to rekindle the passion between them and see if the fire that they sparked between them at one point was still there. So what did they do? After they got back to Dubai, they went out for drinks. But Lisa Milan didn't know about this. I mean, she had an idea that they both kind of wanted to talk to each other, but nothing like this. She had no idea that Ayan went out for drinks with her. So what was Ayan doing? She was creeping behind Lisa Milan's back for Strawberry. I'm like, what in the love triangle? What is going on here? And then Lisa's like, yeah, I wasn't aware of this because she would go out with her for drinks. Yet she would text me, oh, I can't stand her. I feel uncomfortable. I don't like this. I'm not really liking Strawberry. So I'm not really sure what she was doing. And Ayan, I mean, I believe Lisa. Lisa, she showed the receipts. And in the text message, she says, yes, I'm uncomfortable. Her Ayan excuse was, oh, well, you know, that was when we were first starting to get to know each other. Okay, Ayan, whatever you say. So then he asks Brooks, Brooks, it seems that you were very bothered or you were taking joy in all the friendships falling apart. She's like, no, Andy, I wasn't really bothered by that. I don't really care about their friendships. Now, Brooks, were you not the same person in the confessional who grabbed the mic to your face the second that you found out that there was any type of cracks between Lisa and Ayan's friendship and you said, yes? Were you not the one celebrating? Like now all of a sudden you don't care? And Talene, she tried to jump in and she's like, oh, really, Brooks? Really? Because it seems like you really do care. This was Brooks the entire reunion towards Talene. Talene, he was talking to me, okay? Mind your business. Yeah, Andy, I really don't. I personally just don't care. Talene, shut the fuck up. He was talking to me, okay? Mind your business. I get where you're coming from, Andy. I don't like you, Talene, or your husband. You two need to get kicked off the show immediately. Yeah, no, I get it, Andy. I really do. Just kept shutting her down every 5 seconds. So then they started talking about Strawberry's facelift that she got, which I'm not really sure how to feel about it because I feel like I'm looking at a whole different person. So then Andy asked Brooks and Lisa, what do both of you think about her new facelift? Brooks, she's like, she looks refreshed. Lisa, she looks okay. And speaking of, Sheree from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she managed to get dragged at this reunion, and this is not even her show. Because at the beginning of the reunion, Andy had asked Lisa, are you wearing Sheen or Alexander McQueen? It was a reference to BravoCon last year where Lisa had called out Sheree about something and she referred to Sheen, even back then, a year ago, right? And now here a year later, Sheree is still getting dragged. And this is not even, she's not even on the show. Like, Sheree, fight back. But, eventually they start talking about Ayan's age. Ayan is, I believe, 50, which I remember I had guessed that she was like somewhere in her early 40s or late 30s. And I was shocked at that. She's older than Strawberry. So then I believe Andy asked Lisa and Brooks, do you two believe that she's 50? And I believe Brooks was just like, yeah, I mean, I can believe it. Here goes Lisa. I mean, she looks it. Like, Lisa was heated in that first scene. Like, after that, I knew that there was no coming back from her and Ayan. That friendship is done. Andy then asks Ayan if she regrets talking about the traumatic situation that she went through. And Ayan, she starts getting emotional. She starts crying. And she's like, no, I don't regret it. I know people have picked on my son, picked on me, and, making fun of that whole situation. But I want to save other girls who possibly could go through that. I want to bring awareness to it, which, kudos to Ayan. And then she says, that's why when people, specifically Lisa, when she calls me a victim, because Lisa had called her a victim about something earlier in the reunion, she was like, when people call me a victim, that's like a low blow. Like, why would you say that about me knowing that I've gone through this? And that's when I'm looking at Ayan like, Ayan, now I see exactly what Sarah meant that very first episode this season when about the whole victim situation. Lisa explained it perfectly. She's like, no, I'm talking about the situation between me and you. You play the victim in the fallout of our friendship. I'm not calling you a victim because of what you went through, but Ayan doesn't see it that way. She feels that the second that anybody on the show calls her a victim, that they're referring to her traumatic situation, and that's just not the case, Ayan. And you're just proving everybody's point that you could do whatever and say whatever to anybody else. But the second that anybody calls you out for your shitty behavior, playing the victim, all of a sudden you have all these excuses. Like, it doesn't work that way. And Talene kept jumping. First of all, she jumped into the conversation between Ayan and Brooks about how Brooks was trying to discredit her Ayan beauty and everything. And Brooks, again, she kept shutting her down. She was like, can you shut the fuck up? And Talene was just not being quiet, as she shouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't either. If I'm trying to, be in the intro for season 3 and have my gold coins, I'm gonna talk. So it's better that she said something than just staying there quiet the whole entire time. She jumps in it and she takes aim at Lisa. Oh, what, Lisa, you're gonna cry? And I'm like, Talene, you're very comfortable sitting on that couch next to Strawberry and Ayan. Like, they really put a battery in your back, huh? An extra boost one for the reunion. Lisa's like, no, I'm not gonna cry over anything. And here goes Ayan telling Talene, well, crying is a side effect of Ozempic, insinuating that that's what Lisa's on. And I'm like, how did we get here? We had it so good between both of them last season, and now we're here like, Ayan, like, what are you doing? And Lisa's like, what? You're the one that introduced me to Ozempic in the first place. You're the one that's taking it. Ayan starts screaming at the top of her lungs for no reason, and she's like, what? What are you talking about? You're a liar. But according to Lisa, because she posted a bunch of screenshots of the conversations between both of you on Twitter last night. And in those screenshots, Ayan, we see you with the box of Ozempic, and we see you in front of a mirror with your stomach out, about to take it, and you're sending this to Lisa. Lisa replies and she's like, oh, I'm gonna do some research on it, and then maybe I'll order it. Which I thought, when I first saw this tweet, I thought it was such a low blow of Lisa to do, because again, both of you used to be best friends, and what are we doing now? But at the same time, she has to defend herself because you're the one, Ayan, that initiated this whole Ozempic conversation in the first place. What do you expect Lisa to do? Just stay quiet? Unfortunately, she has to low blow you back just to prove her point. And after seeing those screenshots, this friendship is definitely just not going to be the same thing as it was moving forward. Like, I just don't see how they're going to be in the same room together and coexist on this show. So then they start talking about what happened at Beyonce's concert and how Talene fell over to the floor with her legs up in the air, showing her woo-ha to the whole world. Which, by the way, the whole entire stage is based on the hotel that Beyonce performed at for them, which I think is so iconic. It looks cute. So then Talene, now we get a little bit more backstory on why Brooks was defending this whole situation so hard at the beginning of the season. Because in an unseen footage, we see Talene actually crying because Brooks had told her, yeah, Sergio, he saw your vagina and Strawberry has said that, and she starts getting emotional, and she tells them, that's not okay. Talene says that. So without that context, it just makes Brooks looks unhinged. So Bravo, you should have shown the whole entire thing to show us, okay, Brooks, she's actually trying to defend her friend instead of just dragging something out for a plot purpose or for a storyline or something, because now I could kind of understand it. And I'm not sure what Talene was trying to get at with Brooks. She kept telling her, stop talking to Sarah, you're talking to me. Brooks, again, she shut her down, and she was like, you need to stop telling me what to do. She's like, you need to put your finger down because you're not scaring anybody. Nobody's scared of you. You need to shut the fuck up. If I was Talene, I would have been like, oh, okay, I guess you're right. I'm going to get off the show. So then they started talking about how the producers actually told Brooks that she could only have a 2-drink minimum because after that she becomes a hot ass mess. And, they were questioning it. First of all, I wonder if that's only for the Dubai housewives. Because they're very strict on how you act in public. You can't be acting, a hot ass mess like that in public or, getting into fights or stuff. Because we've seen the housewives in the USA and how drunk and sloppy they get. And I'm pretty sure that's more than 2 drinks. So this must be only a Dubai thing. So then they start asking everybody, like, do you think that she's an alcoholic? Do you think she's an alcoholic? And they're like, well, not necessarily, but, she does become a little unhinged after, some drinks. Brooks, she agrees that she was going through some things, raising her son, her company, her this, that, and the third, and that was that, right? Then they start talking about Michael, Michael, which is Sarah Hill and Kara. Where is Sarah Hill? I know he is hiding in between the cushions of the couches, like, I'm just ready to pop up when the husbands come out. So then I believe they start talking about that and how, Caroline Strawberry supposedly can't pay her bills and has Michael paying for everything of hers, which honestly, that is just, it's a bunch of BS to believe that any of the housewives, anybody on the show, cannot pay their own bills or do not come from money. All of them have money. Like, look at where they live. In the lavish part of Dubai, they all go on these lavish trips. They have these lavish things. Regardless of whatever they do to get it, they still have it. And Strawberry, I believe she comes from money. Like, her family has money. So I'm pretty sure that she's good. She doesn't need anybody to pay for her anything. Now, Sarah Hill, that's a different story. And for some reason, they asked Strawberry, how do you think that Brooks pays for her bills? And I'm like, she's right there. Just ask her. Why are you asking Strawberry? Strawberry was just like, well, I mean, I know that, she's a single mom and she does work hard, but, she does date men. Alluding to that, I guess she sleeps around or she dates men with money to give her money, I'm assuming. Brooks is just like, first of all, how long I've been with my ex-husband, so don't say men. And first of all, even if she was dating the whole Dubai for money, so what? And you would do it too. If I could go back in time, you've ever been in a situation where you messed around with somebody and you got nothing out of it besides some lame orgasm, and you could have thought like, I could have got an outfit or some dinner out of him if I really wanted to. And now you're driving home all sticky and just used or whatever. Like, at least she's smart about it and she's getting something out of it. So kudos to her. If it is true, it's not, but I don't know what the issue is. Like, what, would you rather have her date somebody who's broke? Talene also apologizes for putting it out there that Brooks sleeps around for money. But she's like, well, in Bali, you told us about some guy that you were seeing, that he was paying your bills. And then we see in the footage, Brooks, she was bragging to them like, oh, look at this guy. He looks like Shrek. What is with everybody coming at Shrek? First it was Heather and Jen on Salt Lake City. Now this. Shrek is decent. He has his own little, mansion in the swamp. Fiona likes him. And maybe it's the gold digging hoe deep down inside of my soul that says, so what? What's the problem with that? Like, I mean, have we not seen the economy? The gas prices, like, again, you would do it too. And she confirms it too. Like, yeah, I mean, this guy, he was ugly. I was not interested in him. But no, I got my own money, especially with my ex-husband, that whole situation. Even though it is suspicious, Brooks, because again, I'm still trying to figure out who the twink was in that season finale last week. Who was that? And Lesa was trying to defend Brooks by telling everyone, okay, I don't like everybody accusing her of this. And then little Miss Holier Than Thou, Mother Teresa, Sarah, her and her tablecloth, she gets up and she's like, but didn't you say the same thing about Brooks? I'm like, damn, Sarah, is it true, Lesa? Lisa's like, I possibly, allegedly. I'm sorry, Brooks. Yeah, I did, but I didn't bring it on the show. Okay, it still doesn't matter, Lisa. You still have the same feelings and same thoughts as everybody else on the show. So, and what's very interesting is this whole dynamic between Lisa and Brooks. Where did that come from? Well, I know where, because obviously Lisa, I feel like Brooks is her last lifeline. Like, if she has no friends on the show, they're gonna ice her out. So she's holding on to this little friendship or whatever that she has with Brooks. Is it genuine? I don't think so. It's only for alliance purposes, but I'd rather her have some type of alliance than her be off the show for good. Andy starts praising Talene on how she feels like a seasoned housewife, which I agree. I've said it before that she's a perfect addition for the show, until she started easing her way underneath Caroline Strawberry's ass. Then I started looking at her a little funny. But for the most part, she stands on her own and she doesn't follow Caroline Brooks blindly just because she brought her onto the show, which then Talene says, well, Brooks, she actually wanted me to get onto the show. She was actually competing with Strawberry because Strawberry had her own list of people and she was just like, oh, we need to hurry up because she's about to bring somebody else, which is crazy that they're breaking the fourth wall like this, but I kind of like that they're discussing it like this. And Talena's just like, yeah, Brooks told me to come on over to her house and we were going to watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to take some notes. Now, first of all, Brooks, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, really? Of Beverly Hills? Which specific season? Because if it's Amsterdam, the one with Kim Richards and Lisa Rinna, then I could understand, but you need to be a little bit more specific because The Real Housewives of Atlanta, it was right there. You could have gave her pointers with that. Or The Real Housewives of New Jersey, teach her how to fight physically. The earlier seasons, not the trash that we have now. And Brooks, when she's like, oh, I've never seen The Real Housewives, I've never seen an episode, I think it's bullshit because at this point, The Real Housewives is so, intertwined in pop culture. Everybody knows a reference. Everybody knows somebody of The Real Housewives. There's no way that you didn't watch a season or an episode of The Real Housewives. Look how she is on this show. She knows exactly how The Real Housewives game is to a T. You do it perfectly. So you mean to tell me that you've never seen the show before? Okay, I believe Talene. Talene was just like, yeah, she wanted me to get onto the show. And then when she got on the show, she kind of flipped on me, but it was because she didn't follow her blindly. I said it before too. Caroline Brooks did not like that. She did not follow her blindly with every little thing. She was trying to, instigate an issue between her and Strawberry. And when that didn't happen, she didn't like that and she threw her underneath the bus. So then they start talking about the whole issue that happened at Strawberry's house with Raphael 2.0. And then this is where the conversation went down the toilet because now all of a sudden they're like, Raphael 2.0 and Talene, they have this long history with Brooks. So, you would expect them to talk to each other differently, especially Raphael. The way he reacted out of this whole thing, it was just uncalled for. But then Talene is just like, well, he was just defending me. He didn't do anything wrong. He literally told Brooks, he basically threatened her and Lisa, oh, I would F both of them up. He was just like, I don't give a F if these cameras are here. Like, that does not sound like a threat to you? And then Strawberry, she started defending this foolishness too. And she's like, well, he was just defending his wife. He did nothing wrong. They have a long history of friendship. This is just how they talk to each other. No, Strawberry, because I'm pretty sure that if he would talk to you like that, you wouldn't like that. And I was going to say if Sergio was there, but I'm pretty sure that Sergio, he'll probably get beat up. He'll probably be standing right behind Strawberry like, yeah, don't talk to my wife like that, please. And if you and Brooks claim to have a history of 10 years, why would your husband even choose these words to go up against your friend like that and say, oh, I don't give a F about these cameras or watch your effing mouth? Like, why would he even talk to your friend like that? Because I'm assuming that he also has some type of history with Brooks. But I guess that's just how friends talk to each other, right, Talene? Like, to me, his behavior was just trash. It was uncalled for, way too aggressive, like Lisa said. And now all of a sudden, her and Strawberry are just like, oh, no, it's fine. He's just defending his wife. He was just being, okay. It was nothing crazy about it. Like, did we not watch the same show? Like, and then Brooks is just like, yeah, this is not the first, no, this is the first time that me and him had an interaction like this. Talene is just like, you're such a fucking liar, Camille. Like, no, like, this is not the first time they get into it. And I'm like, wait, what's going on? So Talene, again, you just proved your point. You proved my point right there, that this is not the first time that he's talked to Brooks like this. And if he's so comfortable talking to Brooks like this on camera with producers and security around, then how does he talk to you when the cameras are not there? We'll see how this whole thing plays out, but let me know, who do you think is the best dress at this reunion, and why is it me? And let me know what you thought about this whole first part of the reunion down in the comments. Bye, everybody. Mwah.